Okay, now we're going to continue our lesson of chapter 4 into lesson 3. So the title of this lesson is Derivative of a Quotient of Two Functions. So on the previous lesson, lesson 2, we learned about the derivative of a product. So for today, we're going to learn about the derivative of a quotient, a division of two functions. Okay, so let's review a bit. So yesterday, if we have a function fx equals u times v, then the derivative of fx, f prime x, is equal to u prime v plus u v prime. Okay. Now, what if the function is a quotient? So fx equals to u divided by v, like this. Yeah, so the objective of today is we are gonna find the formula for the derivative of a quotient of two functions. Okay, open your book, page 137. So as usual, we always use the mathematical definition of the derivative. Yeah, so f prime x is equal to the limit as h approaching 0 of f(x plus h) minus fx over h. Okay, so if fx is equal to u divided by v, then actually it will be equal to the limit of h approaching 0 of ux plus h divided by vx plus h minus u divided by v over h. Okay, and from yesterday's lesson, we know that actually u of x plus h can be written as u plus delta u, and this can be written as v plus delta v minus u over v over h. Yeah, and then we cross multiply, so it's equal to limit of h approaching 0 of v multiplied by u plus delta u minus u multiplied by v plus delta v, and then the result we have v plus delta v times v times h, right? Okay, and then if we do the distribution, then what we will have is equal to the limit of h approaching 0 of uv plus delta u times v minus uv minus u times delta v over v plus delta v times v times h. Okay, so this is cancel. Now the numerator will be still 0, right? Because if the h is approaching 0, if the h is approaching 0, then this will be 0, and this will be 0, 0 minus 0, and this is 0. Yeah. Now the thing is, this one is, if h is approaching 0, then this one is not 0, right? Then this will be 0, but v plus 0 is v, and v times v is v square. So actually the v square can be put out from the limit. So if I continue, it will be equal to 1 over v square from the green one. So the green one will go here. And then what we will have is limit of h approaching 0. I will split it like yesterday. So u times v over h minus limit as h approaching 0 of u times delta v over h. Okay, and then like yesterday, then it will be 1 over v square. Then the v here, and the u here is not affected by the value of h. So basically we can write it as v times limit of h approaching 0 of delta u over h minus u times limit as h approaching 0 of delta v over h. Okay. And then again, from the previous lesson, you know that this is actually equal to u prime and this is actually equal to v prime. Okay. So what we will have is actually equal to 1 over v square times v times u prime minus u times v prime. Okay, to make it general, I will rewrite it. So we get the formula, which is u prime v minus u v prime over v square. Okay, so this is the formula of the quotient of two functions, u prime v minus u v prime over v square. Okay, now let's look at the example. Example 1. Differentiate fx equals sine 5x over 8x minus 3. Okay, again, let's determine that this is u. U is equal to sine 5x. So u prime is equal to 5 cosine 5x. And then v is equal to 8x minus 3. So v prime is equal to 8 actually. So f prime x is equal to u prime v minus u v prime over v square. Okay, and I don't think this can be simplified. If you want to rewrite it, then it's equal to 5 8x minus 3 cosine 5x minus 8 sine 5x over 8x minus 3 square. Okay, so that's example 1. And then let's see example 2. Example 2, differentiate y equals 5x minus 7 power of 7 over 4x plus 9 power of 3. Okay, example 2. So again, determine the u, which is equal to 5x minus 7 power of 7. Minus 2, not minus 7, minus 2. Okay. So u prime is equal to 7 times 5, 35, 5x minus 2 power of 6, and then v in this case is equal to 4x plus 9 cube. So v prime is equal to 12, 4x plus 9 square. Okay. So y prime is equals to u prime v minus u v prime over v square. So it's 4x plus 9 cube being squared is power of 6. Yeah. And then can we cancel? Yes, we can cancel. This is 4x plus 9 square. So we cancel square. This is power of 1 and this is power of 4. We cancel 4x plus 9 square. Okay. Oh, actually, we can do it later. Let's just do it later. I will undo. Okay. So let's factor out the numerator part. Let's factor out the numerator. Is there any common factor for 12 and 35? 12, 35. No, yeah, no common factor. So, and then the common factor is 5x minus 2 power of 6 and 4x plus 9 square. Okay. And then the rest is 35 times 4x plus 9 minus 12 times 5x minus 2 divided by 4x plus 9 power of 6. This one we can cancel, become 4. So it's equal to 5x minus 2 power of 6, and then we have 140x plus 315 minus 60x plus 24 over 4x plus 9 power 4. Okay, so if we simplify again, it's equal to 5x minus 2 power of 6, and then we have 80x. Oops. We have 80x plus 339, yeah, over 4x plus 9 power 4. Okay, for this one you need to simplify because it will help a lot of people if you simplify it. Yeah, it might be hard for you, but actually by doing this you're helping the others, so it's good for you and it's good for others. So I want you to always simplify. Okay, and then example 3. Example 3, differentiate the dx of 5/7x cubed. So realize that actually it is a quotient of two functions, but also this can be simplified into the dx of 5/7x power negative 3, right? Which is an ordinary power function. So it actually can be equal to 5/7 times negative 3x power of negative 4, which is equal to negative 15/7 x power of negative 4. Now, what if you want to do it with a formula of a quotient? That's fine. You will get the same result. That's fine. So if u equals to 5, then u prime is equal to 0. 3 equals 7x cubed. Then v prime is equal to 21x squared. So what we will have is y prime equals to u prime v minus u v prime over v squared. So it's 49x power of 6. Okay. So this will be 0. So it will be equal to negative 5 times 21 times x squared over 49x power of 6. So this will cancel, 4, cancel, 3, 7. So we will get negative 15/7 x power of negative 4. The same. Okay, so that's all for today. So today I hope you can find the derivative of a quotient of two functions with the formula that is proven already. Okay, thank you.